Good evening, you're watching Just the News. I'm Amita Balachandra. We start off with our top story today. Maharashtra Governor Bhagat Singh Koshyari has said that Mumbai would cease to be the country's financial capital if Gujaratis and Rajasthanis were to leave this city. While speaking at a gathering in Mumbai yesterday, he said, and I quote, "Sometimes I tell people in Maharashtra that if Gujaratis and Rajasthanis are removed from here, particularly Mumbai and Thane, then you will have no money left with you. You call Mumbai the financial capital, but if the people of these states are not here, then it won't be called the financial capital." End quote. Now, the statement obviously has drawn severe criticism from politicians with the opposition. Issuing multiple statements. In fact, Shiv Sena chief Uddhav Thackeray has lashed out at Mr. Koshyari, accusing the governor of dividing Hindus. He has also demanded an apology. He said the remark is an insult to Marathi Manus and Marathi pride. Now, Nationalist Congress Party MP Supriya Sule urged the president to remove Koshyari from his post. The remarks were also criticized by MNS leader Raj Thackeray. Now, after severe backlash from the opposition, Maharashtra Chief Minister Eknath Shinde, however, distanced himself, said that these were the governor's personal statements and that he did not support them. In the meantime, while clarifying about this speech, the Maharashtra governor has said that he had no intention of underestimating Marathis. He said, and I quote, "I spoke only on the contribution made by Gujaratis and Rajasthanis. Marathi people built Maharashtra by working hard. This is why many Marathi entrepreneurs are famous today. The contribution of Marathis is the maximum in bringing up Maharashtra. Mumbai is the pride of Maharashtra." End quote. Moving away from the story now to an update on monkeypox. India has so far reported 4 monkeypox cases, but the good news is that one of them has recovered completely, according to Kerala Health Minister Veena George, who said that India's first monkeypox patient has been completely cured and he would be discharged today. Now, she also added that currently the health condition of the 2 other patients who had also tested positive for the infection remains satisfactory. The first 3 cases in India were reported in Kerala and the 4th case was reported in Delhi. According to WHO, monkeypox is a viral zoonosis with symptoms similar to those seen in the past in smallpox patients, although it is clinically less severe. In fact, we have put out an explainer and a discussion, in fact, with Dr. Tanmay Mohapatra on what the symptoms are, what we should be looking at, whether we should really panic at all as far as monkeypox is concerned. That's up on our YouTube channel. Take a look at it and do like this video and share this video as well. Also in the news, an Ahmedabad court today denied bail to activist T.S. Setalvad and former Director General of Police R.V. Srikumar. They were arrested on the 26th of June for allegedly committing forgery and fabricating evidence in a case related to the 2002 Gujarat riots. Now, the judge said that based on statements given by witnesses, it appeared that a political faction had provided funds to Setalvad to portray the riots as having been incited by the government. Now, the court said in an order, and I quote, "On perusing statement of witnesses, it appears that both these applicants and others were actively involved in the conspiracy against the then chief minister and ministers, police officers, as well as bureaucrats." End quote. Now, both Setalvad and Srikumar have refuted these allegations. Also, a Delhi court yesterday took cognizance of a complaint filed by the Enforcement Directorate against AAP leader Satyendra Jain in a money laundering case. Now, the order said that, and I quote, "Looking at the material on record, it can be said that there is prima facie sufficient incriminating evidence about the involvement of the accused. Thus, cognizance of the offence under Section 3 of the PMLA, punishable under Section 4 of the Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2002, is taken." End quote. Now, Satyendra Jain was arrested by the ED on the 30th of May under the PMLA Act. He is currently in judicial custody. This matter will now be heard on the 6th of August. Also in Bihar, activists of the All India Students Association today held a protest as BJP President JP Nadda came to Patna College. JP Nadda was the former student of the same college. The students also resorted to sloganeering. The students demanded rollback of the National Education Policy 2020 and also requested and demanded grant of central status of Patna University as well. Moving on now, International Booker Prize winner Geetanjali Shree's event which was scheduled to take place in Agra, was cancelled today after a complaint was filed against her book Tomb of Sand, which is called Ret Samadhi in Hindi. Now, this is a report by Scroll. The report says that the complainant, a resident of Hathras, alleged that her prize-winning novel Ret Samadhi has objectionable comments about Hindu deities Shiva and Parvati. Now, the police said that they will read the book before deciding on whether to file an FIR. Meanwhile, in Kerala, while hearing a plea filed by a transgender person who transitioned into a woman and wanted to compete in a district level judo competition, Justice V.G. Arun observed that in the absence of a separate category for transgender persons in sports events, they must be allowed to participate in the gender category of their choice. Now, the judge said that all transgender persons have an equal right to participate in competitions. Now, the court asked the event organizers to allow the petitioner to participate in the competition provisionally, subject to the final outcome of the plea. Now, the court also issued a notice to the state government and the Kerala State Sports Council seeking their response in this matter. Moving on to business news right now. The Delhi government has temporarily withdrawn its new excise policy and ordered opening of the government-run liquor shops. Under the new excise policy that came into effect in November, licenses of 849 liquor shops were issued to private firms through open bidding. Earlier, the 4 government corporations ran 475 liquor stores and the remaining 389 were private shops. Now, this comes after Delhi Lieutenant Governor Vinay Kumar Saxena recommended an inquiry by the CBI into the new excise policy introduced by the AAP government. An update on Elon Musk versus Twitter. Tesla CEO Elon Musk has filed a countersuit against Twitter over his $44 billion buyout deal. Musk said that he was abandoning the takeover earlier and blamed Twitter for breaching the agreement by misrepresenting the number of fake accounts on its platform. Now, Reuters has reported that right now there's a countersuit that's been filed by Elon Musk. Twitter, remember, sued days later, calling the fake account claims a distraction and saying Musk was bound by the merger contract to close the deal at $54.20 per share. On to international news right now. Devastating flash floods have killed at least 25 people in the United States, Kentucky. It is one of the worst disasters in decades. Now, US President Joe Biden has declared the floods a major disaster and ordered federal aid to help local rescuers. In fact, Kentucky governor has said that the death toll is expected to rise. We're going to wrap up this bulletin with an update on what's going on at the Commonwealth Games. The good news is that India has so far bagged 2 medals. Indian weightlifter Sanket Sargar has bagged silver in the men's 55 kg category after lifting a total of 248 kg in the event. This is India's first medal at the 2022 Commonwealth Games, which is being held at Birmingham. Now, the Malaysian contender won gold with 249 kgs and Sri Lanka's contender won bronze. In the meantime, weightlifter Guru Raja Pujari has won bronze in the men's 61 kg category as well. So 2 medals so far in India's kitty. But before we wrap up, I must remind you that there is a video that we put out right now that's done by Shubhankar Singh on what the history of Commonwealth Games really is and where India is in that history, what's happened in the past and what we're expecting now in the Commonwealth Games 2022 as well. That's up on our YouTube page. Take a look at it. Thank you so much for watching.